There's a lie that I've watched women tell themselves for years. It almost never says its name out loud. It's way too clever for that. Instead, it dresses up as drive, as ambition, as being thorough, as let me do one more course, one more certification, one more late night making something just perfect. And for a long, long time, I didn't just watch women wear it. I wore it too. Welcome to the Soul Craft Your Life podcast. My name is Carmen Marshall, and I'm a life design and manifestation expert, a seven-figure entrepreneur, wellness educator, and a dance teacher. And I'm passionate about helping you create a magical and fulfilling life. Whether you want to discover your purpose, learn how to attract financial abundance, or create more health, balance, joy, and connection in your life, the Soul Craft Your Life podcast has got you covered. One part strategy and one part soul. Each week we explore both the practical and the spiritual with intriguing experts and fascinating human beings, all sharing their wisdom to help expand what we think is possible for our own lives. The goal? To help you create a life you love on your own terms that stems from your soul. Let's dive in and discover what this life has to offer each of us. Hi, gorgeous souls. Welcome back. I'm Carmen, and this is the Soul Craft Your Life podcast. If you're new here, I'm the founder of Soulcraft and the creator of Soul Architecture, and my work lives at the intersection of identity, nervous system, and life design. And at the heart of it is a paradox that I love: becoming who you're meant to be while building from the truth of who you already are. And today's episode, it's a tender one. It's one of the most personal things I've shared in a while. So grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's get into it. So that lie, here's what it is actually underneath everything. I'm not enough as I am. And so we think once I do the thing or learn this one more thing, then I'll be ready. Then I'll finally be enough. And the reason it's so sneaky is that it almost never shows up like that. It puts on a costume instead. It dresses up as something else. And I want to walk you through 3 of its costumes because I think you're going to recognize at least one, maybe in someone you love, maybe even in the mirror. So the first one, let's call her More. She's the woman who cannot stop adding. Another course, another certification, sometimes 3 at once. Her tabs are always open, her subscriptions keep multiplying, and her shelf and her laptop are full of programs she fully intended to finish. And from the outside, it looks like she's just really committed to growth. And she is, but underneath there's this ever-running engine. If I learn just one more thing, then I'll be ready. Then I'll be enough. And every time she buys the next thing, it does soothe that voice for about a minute, and then that voice comes back again. And so she reaches again for the next course, the next certification. Here's the truth about her. She never had a knowledge problem. She never had a certification problem or a credential problem. Through the years, she's already learned so much. She already had, and she already was, more than enough to build from. What she needed wasn't more, it was to trust that she already had and she already was more than enough to build from, and to focus. The second one, let's call her Small. So where the first woman adds, this one shrinks. Every time something opens up, a chance to be seen, a room to step into, something in her pulls back. And it's not just visibility that she avoids, it's everything. The tasks that would actually move the needle forward, the strategy that she carefully designed but then didn't do, and then, of course, the goals that she set with every good intention on Monday and distractedly let go by midweek. So from the outside, it looks like procrastination. But underneath, it's so much more tender than that. It's this: if I really try and I'm still not enough, that's unbearable. So it's better not to fully try. It's better that I never have to find out. Same wound as the first woman, but a totally opposite strategy. And the third one, let's call her perfect. She's the woman preparing to lead something, and she's convinced that she needs more content, more material, more polish, more better before she's ready. If she can just make it more impressive, more compelling, if she can just make it good enough, then she can stand up in front of the room. But here's what's so ironic and so beautiful. When she finally lets herself simplify, when she actually trusts that she's enough as she is, her work doesn't get weaker, it gets stronger. Because what the room actually needed was never more content. People never need more content. They needed her, present, grounded, sourced, and trusting what she already had and what she already carried inside of her. So, 3 women, one adds, one hides, and one over-prepares. Line them up and you'd swear that they have nothing in common. But underneath all 3, it's the exact same sentence. I am not enough as I am. Now, I've been able to describe these 3 women to you in a lot of detail. And I want to tell you why I can see this pattern so clearly, why I can spot every one in its costumes from miles away. Because it was mine. This was my core wound, the deepest one, the one underneath all the others. I am not enough as I am. And for a good part of my life, mine wore the quote unquote most respectable costume of all, achievement. So I was driven, I was ambitious, a total perfectionist who wanted to build something beautiful. And I did. And from the outside, it looked like passion. It looked like vision. It looked like a woman going after her dreams. And it was that. But underneath it, there was something else directing the whole show, something that I couldn't see for the longest time. And this is what it was. If I succeed enough, if I achieve enough, if I get it all perfect enough, then I'll be respected. Then I'll be loved. And then I'll finally be safe. That was the real engine, not just the joy of creating, although I love to create, but the stronger fuel was this feeling that I needed to earn my place, to prove through what I did that I was worthy of the things that I was scared I wouldn't be able to have just for being me, just for being myself. Because somewhere really early on, I picked up this belief that I wasn't enough as I was. That love, that safety, these were things that you achieved, not things that you just got to have. So I achieved, and it worked the way it always works, right up until it doesn't. And here's what nobody tells you about pinning your whole, like literally your whole identity on being successful. You never actually arrive, because when you reach the goal, it's never quite the thing that you pictured ever. Or you get there and you're happy for about a breath, and then you're looking for the next goal. The finish line just keeps moving because it was never really about the finish line. It was never really about the goal. It was about trying to quiet a voice that no goal, no success, no achievement can ever fix. And can I be really honest about the other side of this? Quick pause before we carry on. If you've been listening to this podcast and something in you keeps leaning in, this is the doorway. It's called Create Your Dream Year, and it's the entry point to all of my work. 5 sessions that turn goal setting and manifestation completely on their head. So we start by clearing the space and reconnecting you to your authentic code, who you actually are underneath all of the conditioning. We get both your subconscious and your nervous system on board, so expansion stops feeling threatening and actually starts feeling safe. We separate what you truly desire from everything you've been told that you should want. And then we design a life that can actually hold it. And you're not just buying a set of recordings, you're getting my workbooks, the meditations, the self-hypnosis that I've recorded for every stage. And a system, your system, one that you come home to year after year. And here's the part that I love. It's on demand, so you begin whenever you're ready at your own pace. but you're also in for my live virtual experience every single February. Not once, every year for life. Create your dream year once and return to it forever. So head to carmenmarshall.com/create to read all of the details and some of the breakthroughs that women have had inside of it. That's carmenmarshall.com/create, and it's in the show notes too. Okay, let's get back to it. Because it's not just that reaching the goal feels empty. What about when you don't reach it? That has its own particular shade of death. Because if your identity is fused to the achieving, then falling short isn't just disappointing. It feels like proof. Proof of the very thing that you're most afraid is true about yourself. So you're trapped both ways. Win and it's hollow, lose and it's devastating. Because neither can actually touch the real wound. And I lived in that trap for years before I understood what it even was. So how did it start to shift? Not all at once, I can tell you that. It came slowly, layer by layer, realization by realization. And the first thing is I started letting perfectionism go. Not because I stopped caring, but because I finally saw what perfectionism was costing me. Then next, I started teaching self-care. And as you know, I teach the whole put the oxygen mask on first. And the reason I started teaching it was I actually needed to live it. And then the biggest shift of all, I stopped living for the outcome and what I thought the outcome would give me. And I started letting the journey and the actual days matter. Because here's what I finally got. If I'm not living well now, today, if I'm not healthy and rested and connected to the people that I love, and if I'm not actually in love with my days, if I'm not even enjoying the building of the thing, and I'm just grinding towards some someday payoff, then no achievement is ever going to be worth it. No success, no goal, and it never was. The success was never going to make me enough. Because what I finally realized was that I already was. And that right there is why my work sounds the way that it does now. At the center of everything I teach is a paradox, and it's this. You are already whole, exactly as you are, and you get to grow, both at the same time without collapsing either one. I always think of nature here, and there's so many reasons why I love nature, and this is just yet another one. So think about a forest. A forest is complete. It's breathtaking. It's so beautiful. It's lacking absolutely nothing. And it's still growing. A tree isn't stretching towards the sun because it's not enough as it is. It's whole and expanding in the very same breath. And that's you. That's all of us. There is nothing to fix, and yet there's so much more to become. We just get to grow from a different place than I used to grow from. So not from ego, the part that says be perfect and then you'll be loved, but from essence, the part of us that was never separate from the love in the first place, the part that is already love. That one took me a lifetime to even begin to trust. And honestly, I'm still learning it, but it changed everything. Okay, and here's the part that I most want you to hear because it's so much bigger than me and it's bigger than you. When you heal this in yourself, it doesn't stop with you. And I got to watch this happen. As I made peace with my own worth, the women that I mentor started making peace with theirs. And then something extraordinary happened. Their people started to heal it too. Let me tell you about one of them. So a woman I mentor was getting ready to lead her very first course, and she was caught in the perfect trap. So remember disguise number 3? She was convinced that she needed more content, more polish, more everything before she'd be ready. But slowly she started to let that go. She simplified. She took out rather than add. And most importantly, she started to take care of herself instead of endlessly perfecting the thing. She started to trust that she, present, rested, real, grounded, was enough to deliver something beautiful. And she was. And here's the moment that touched my heart so deeply. After the course, several of the women who came through it said the same thing in their own words. And one of them put it like this: for the first time, I feel like I'm worthy of taking care of myself. Do you see it? I learned I was enough as I am. So my client learned that she was enough as she is. And then her client learned that she was worthy of the most basic, tender thing, caring for herself. 3 women and literally a daisy chain of worthiness passing from one woman to the next woman. And it simply started because one person was doing her own quiet inner work. And it won't stop there, because that second and that third woman is going to carry it to every single person that they touch as well. So here's what I've come to believe at my core. When we heal ourselves, we are never only healing ourselves. We heal backward through the whole lineage that handed us the wound in the first place. And we heal forward into our kids, our clients, our friends, and even the strangers who feel something shift, something different in the room, just because we walked into it a little more whole ourselves. So when you're doing this quiet inner work, the unglamorous kind, the kind that nobody really sees or claps for, and you're wondering if it even matters, you think you're doing it just for you, you're not. The day that you finally believe you're enough as you are, that ripples out into every room that you'll ever walk into for the rest of your life. And every room the people you touch will walk into after that. One woman or man coming home to her or his own worth changes the world. And I don't mean that as a pretty metaphor. I mean it actually. So let me leave this with you this week. Where in your life are you still trying to earn something that was already yours? And who, once you stop, might finally get to receive it from you and go on to impact somebody else? And what a gift to give, and what a world this would be if more people truly felt whole and good enough, exactly as they are. Okay, gorgeous souls, here's what I would love. Take one aha from today, share it on your story, and tag me on Instagram at Carmen_Marshall. Your messages are the best part of doing this podcast, because I get to see them, reply, and connect with you in real time. And honestly, that's my favorite thing. And if this one landed for you, do me a kindness. Follow the show or come join my email list over at carmenmarshall.com/subscribe. So you don't miss what's next. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, send this to them. Sometimes that's exactly how healing moves. Until next time, stop trying to earn it, because you are always already enough. All my love, Carmen, and I will see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this episode, I'd absolutely love if you left a review on iTunes. It really helps me to get the podcast out there to support more people just like you to create soulful lives. And as a thank you, I'd love to send you my 20 personal affirmations for manifesting an aligned, magical, and fulfilling life. To access this freebie, simply send a screenshot of your review to soulcraft@carmenmarshall.com, and I'll send you my favorite affirmations and mantras straight to your inbox. All my love, and I'll see you on the next episode.